Bringing the Fantastic Four movie into the MCU without retelling the team's origin story might seem counterintuitive, but the studio has already shown why rehashing the beginnings of Marvel's first family isn't necessary. Kevin Feige recently indicated that the studio wants to give fans something they've never seen before. With the focus of whatever Marvel comes up with not being on how the Fantastic Four came into being, unique possibilities open up as to how Reed Richards and company will first appear on the big or small screen. The MCU's Fantastic Four movie is slated to be released on November 8, 2024, at the very beginning of the MCU's Phase 6. With 6 movies and 6 television series being released between now and then, there's plenty of opportunity for Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing to start their journeys in the MCU in ways audiences haven't seen. "We've set a very high bar for ourselves," Feige said. Marvel, however, has repeatedly shown that it can clear that bar, most significantly with the introduction of Tom Holland's Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War. Having reacquired the Fantastic Four from Fox in 2019, Marvel faces a comparable situation. The studio could lean on a similar strategy to introduce Mr. Fantastic and the other Fantastic Four one at a time, with small or large roles scattered throughout Phase 5's movies and series. This would echo what the MCU did all the way back in Phase 1, introducing Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor with their own movies before the big team-up in the Avengers. Other characters such as Black Widow, Hawkeye, and S.H.I.E.L.D. director Phil Coulson also had brief roles in those Phase 1 films before 2012's big finale and before growing into more significant roles in future movies and series. The Fantastic Four villains could appear in other MCU movies shows. First, the Avengers effect would allow audiences to spend time with each of the Fantastic Four on a smaller scale, potentially in such films as Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, or The Marvels before the team-up at the beginning of MCU Phase 6. With the ensuing Fantastic Four MCU movie, Marvel would then be able to spend less time establishing new characters and more time on a good story. Marvel might also be inclined to introduce some or all of the Fantastic Four during Phase 5 if a certain theory about Ms. Marvel proves to be true. If Kamala Khan's Bengal actually turns out to be one of the Nega bands, major villains typically associated with the Fantastic Four could show up in the Marvels or other Phase 5 films and TV shows. The Nega bands are tied to the Negative Zone, home to alien warlords, Blastar and Annihilus, whose plans, in the comics, are repeatedly foiled by Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing. If these villains do show up in the Marvels or elsewhere in Phase 5, it makes sense that one or more of the Fantastic Four could show up as well. A different angle Marvel could take in all this would be to play with different versions of Fantastic Four characters across the expanding multiverse leading up to the big team-up movie. None of the performances in earlier Fantastic Four films were particularly iconic, and casting these roles perfectly is something Marvel undoubtedly wants to do. But, as already shown with John Krasinski's Reed Richards cameo in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Marvel has plenty of time to pay tribute to previous incarnations of the Fantastic Four before introducing the actors who will finally take on those roles. It will be interesting to see where exactly Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing pop up before their first major outing together in the Fantastic Four movie in the MCU. Key release dates: Black Panther, Wakanda Forever release date, the 11th of November 2022. Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania release date, the 17th of February 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 release date, the 5th of May 2023. The Marvels, Captain Marvel 2 release date, the 28th of July 2023. Captain America, New World Order release date, the 3rd of May 2024. Marvel's Thunderbolts release date, the 26th of July 2024. Marvel's Fantastic Four release date, the 14th of February 2025. Avengers, Secret Wars release date, the 1st of May 2026. Avengers, The Kong Dynasty release date, the 2nd of May 2025.
My heart returns to you. Dinner, you were great. We can go back to mine if you want to. You look so good. I want to do that. I must be tripping. God, catch my breath.